Today, we're going to dig into the real utility of NFTs and get way beyond all that hype about digital art.
You know, most people hear NFT and they immediately think of digital art.
Just JPEGs, really, bought and sold purely on hype.
But that's not even close to the real story. It's a massive misconception that misses the entire point. So what have we all been missing?
Okay, before we dive deep, just a quick disclaimer. This video on the channel Blockspawn Funds is for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute financial or investment advice.
All right, let's get into it. To really understand what NFTs are, we first have to talk about that spectacular market crash, the very thing that cemented that digital art idea in everyone's minds.
So back in September 2023, this report came out that just blew up online. It claimed that 95% of NFT collections were essentially worthless. Their market cap had dropped to zero. And for a lot of people, that was it, proof that the whole thing was just a fad. But buried in that same report was a clue, a hint at a future for NFTs that have genuine real-world utility. And that, well, that's the real story.
So, to find that utility, we've got to look past the pictures, past the JPEGs, and get into what the technology actually is. At its absolute core, a non-fungible token, an NFT, is just a unique digital ID that's recorded on a blockchain. You can think of it like a digital certificate of ownership, and the key word here is non-fungible. It just means it's a one-of-a-kind item that can't be replaced with something else.
This slide actually makes it super clear. Think about it. A dollar bill is fungible. You and I can trade dollar bills and they're worth the exact same. A Bitcoin is the same way. One is just like another. But a deed to a house, that's non-fungible. It's totally unique to one specific property. Or say a ticket to a concert. It's for a specific seat on a specific night. NFTs are like that. They represent ownership of one unique thing. And this is where things get really interesting. This is the big idea. The true innovation isn't just about making unique digital things. It's this concept of programmable ownership.
See, an NFT isn't just a static picture file. It's more like a smart container, a container that can hold rights, rules, and even functions. Because it exists on a blockchain, ownership isn't just some line of text in a company's database. No, it's a dynamic, automated system that runs on code.
So how does that actually work? Well, first, an asset gets tokenized. That just means its unique digital version is created on the blockchain. Then, and this is the magic step, rules are programmed into something called a smart contract. Think of it like if this happens, then do that code. This is what lets the NFT automate all sorts of things, like automatically paying an artist a royalty every time their work is resold, or granting someone access to a private group, all without needing a middleman. Okay, so let's move past the theory and look at how this is already being used in the real world, in ways that have nothing to do with a speculative art market.
Let's start with gaming. If you're a gamer, you know that you don't really own the skins or weapons you buy in a game. The company does. With NFTs, that changes. You get true ownership. That sword your character uses, it's yours. You can sell it, trade it, maybe even use it in a totally different game one day. That same NFT can also act like a digital key, proving you own it, and granting you access to an exclusive Discord channel or special in-game events.
Ticketing is another fantastic example. NFT tickets are unique and easy to verify, which could pretty much kill the fraudulent ticket market. Plus, the event organizers can program rules right into the ticket itself, like setting a maximum resale price to stop scalpers. And get this, after the show is over, the ticket doesn't just become useless trash. It can transform into a digital souvenir that might unlock future perks like early access to next year's tickets. We're already seeing this happen with huge names like Coachella and the NFL.
Now this is a total game changer for creators. Forever, artists almost never got a cut when their work was sold a second, third, or fourth time. With NFTs, a royalty percentage can be hard-coded right into the asset. So every single time that piece is resold on a marketplace, the original creator automatically gets their cut. It creates a revenue stream for a life and cuts out a ton of the traditional gatekeepers. And if we look a little bit further down the road, the possibilities get even bigger. Imagine an NFT that acts as your digital identity, a secure, portable passport that you control, not some big tech company. Or think about tokenizing physical stuff, like a building, which would allow a bunch of people to own small pieces of it and make transferring ownership as easy as sending an email. It could even be your university diploma or a professional license, a secure, verifiable credential you own forever.
And this right here, this brings us full circle. This is exactly why that hype bubble burst. When an NFT is just a link to a picture with no function, no utility built into it, its value is based entirely on speculation. It's only worth what someone else is willing to pay for it later. Without any real use, there's no real demand, and eventually that value just collapses.
So, if we strip away all the hype, all the noise, what are we actually left with? Well, we could be looking at a completely new foundation for how we own things in a digital world.
This is the key. This is the whole takeaway. The real value of an NFT isn't the image it might be linked to, it's the system it unlocks. It's about the programmable, automated, and verifiable things it can do, from paying royalties and granting access to proving true, undeniable digital ownership. Look, this technology is still really early, but it leaves us with a pretty powerful question. If the rules of ownership for literally anything, digital or physical, can be written into code and just run automatically, what are we going to build next?